Welcome back to the channel, and look at those guns. That's right, they are guns of I'll call it, well, I don't necessarily just want to say aerial bots, because honestly Stormclash of the Torchbearers also has guns like that. So I'm going to say they're the weapons of Autobots that have flight. And this is Autobots with flight. I've already done a full review of the figure. Let's take a look at the Earth Wars version versus the toy version of none other than the aerial bot known as Skydive. Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. This is your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and by all means, check me out everywhere. I just tried to say Skydive like I said when I done the review of this guy. What can I say about the Earth Wars model of this guy? Love his shoulders way better than the toy. The toy has peculiar shoulders. This guy's almost seems like they took the shoulder, because you still see the red on the inside part of the shoulder there, but it's almost like they inverted the shoulder so that the black was on the outside with that bit of red inside, and it brought the shoulders closer to the body, and it looks more like a natural silhouette. I really actually kind of dig it. The legs, very Combiner Wars-esque. The center of the body, very Combiner Wars-esque. I think that the touch of gold on the body there is a nice touch. The wings on this model I feel like are larger than the Combiner Wars, because I feel like when you look at it from the front you see more of the wing behind, but the way that they kind of fold back a little bit, I think it works pretty good. What can I say? The nose of the plane being down on the back is true to the aerial bots. The guns are the same ones that Silverbolt has in the game, if I'm not mistaken. They certainly look like it. Even his movements are like Silverbolt's. And that face. In the old cartoon with the toy and in game, there's something that about around the mouth area that just always strikes me weird with that face. But they've captured the essence of Skydive here. They really have. Again, I kind of feel like the in-game model might be just slightly better than the toy itself, because the silhouette is a bit better. The shoulders are a bit better. I'm going to give his coloration and his look, honestly, I'm going to give it we'll say 9.5. The reason I'm saying 9.5 is because the wings are fully gold instead of having the lightning bolt thing on them from the old cartoon. But, you know, if you're taking your inspiration here purely from the toy, then this is a 10. It's a knockout from it. In fact, it's an improvement on it. Using him in game, I feel like he has quick, effective strikes when he's in plane mode, and thus far he's been helping me out, and he's been working for me. Let's look at his transformation. The legs come apart and down, the wings fold out, the nose cone goes up over. If we go down under, we can see his arms down under there. The fists are retracted up into the arm. It would have been nice if the toy could have done that. Pardon me. I think it helps the plane look a little more planish. I don't mind the robot hanging out underneath, because that's the way the aerial bots were. As far as the plane mode on top goes, I kind of like the little flare-off wings coming away from the cockpit there. And I like the little, I guess, missiles on the tips of the wings. I feel like it's a bit more of a full and stylized version. The red in the center there, I think I would have opted for the gold to go all the way across, but it doesn't look bad. You have a lot of colors coming together here in very unique way. If not the gold going all the way across the back, maybe the gray coming down. But, you know, again, I can see why they'd want to keep the red, just to keep the entire body mass that red color. Didn't mean to do that. The head comes out. Yeah, his transformation is pretty great. It's I feel like it's a bit more cohesive than the Combiner Wars mold. Anyway, there you go. That's this guy, and overall I'm an 8.5. I think you know what, I'm gonna give him a 9 because he's pretty great in battle. His shoulders are so much better, and in general, I like his paint. So we'll stop it here. We'll see just how his toy mold compares with this, and you'll see what I'm talking about with those shoulders. And of course, now it's time for the toy to shine. And right away, you can see what I'm talking about with the shoulders. They're so far out from the body, and I don't know why they're so far out from the body. And you have a couple of pieces up here that seem to be either flipped out over the shoulder or flipped down in the in-game model. And I think it works a lot better. It's a silhouette in the game that looks more natural. Also, you'll notice there's black outside here on the forearms. All of this section is gray with black fists, and the fists retract up into the gray areas in game. I would have liked to have seen that translated into the figure. They could have easily, I guess, you know, put a slider mechanism here in the forearm to bring the fist in. It's not what we got, but what do? We're also missing the gold accents on his side that we got in the game, and I never missed them before. I thought that this was fine, but now that I've seen the gold accents in game, I kind of miss them. I kind of wish that they were there. Same with the red accents on the knee. The toy doesn't have them, the game does. I didn't give this guy a glowing review as an action figure before, but I think he's kind of redeemed himself with the game model a little bit. His silhouette is odd. His coloring is still good, as is the game, and the head sculpt in the game is, you know, very much like the toy. They both have brilliant blue eyes. Anyway, you know, what can I say about this guy? The coloration is a little bit better in the game, in my personal opinion, even if this is a little more accurate to the original cartoon. We're going to take a second now because I've already done a full review of this guy. His transformation is pretty quick and easy. You know, the way he does it in the game and the way he actually does it, you know, you're looking at I guess about an 8. And I'm saying that because this guy doesn't peg in perfectly. As far as ease of transformation goes, yeah, he's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to pause it here for a second. When we come back, oh, by the way, you'll notice the wings here. I didn't discuss this. The wings here have gray on the inside with just gold highlights of missile pods. The entire intersection of the wing in the game is gray. I don't know which one I prefer. I think it depends on your taste. The wings also, in terms of shape, they come straight up. They cut in on the game, and it makes the wings seem larger. But when he turns into a jet in the game, I think it worked out pretty good, to be honest with you. Again, whichever way you like the wings is really just a personal aesthetic. They're very close. You still have the black outline and the gold inside. So yeah, like I said, we're going to change this guy to plain mode. We'll discuss that in comparison to the game model in just a second. If you want to see the full transformation, hey, check out the video on that. So, yoink. Yeah, that's my plane sound. Okay, so here is Skydive in plane mode. What can I say? I see things that I prefer about one over the other kind of throughout this guy. I prefer the Earth Wars model with the gray here and the hands going into the arms instead of all black. I just think it looks more cohesive than all the black along. I also like the Earth Wars feet flip up instead of staying down flat like this. But you know, it is what it is. Now, this guy does have the little wing pieces, but they go right into the body, so I never noticed them before, and they're unpainted. I dig the Earth Wars little wing pieces having red highlights on them and kind of sticking out a little bit more. It gives them more of a unique silhouette. If I didn't say it, I like the red on the tips of the Earth Wars version. I do like the gray body of the toy version better, but that's just, that's just a stylistic choice. I like that the Earth Wars version actually pegs in right here. My toy version never has quite pegged in correctly. So in terms of the sleekness of the body, the Earth Wars incarnation wins hands down compared to the toy. In terms of color cohesiveness, I think the toy kind of wins just slightly because of this section right here. The highlights that are on the Earth Wars version makes the plane look a little more exciting though. So, in the end, this is one of those times where normally I would say, hey, he's great in figure mode, he's great in game, which means you have the best of both worlds. But this time I'm going to say, I think the Earth Wars game version ekes out as a bit better than what the actual toy was. And you know what? I've been using him a bit in game. He's fun. I enjoy the aerial bots anyway. So that's about it in this one of, game versus toy. Game wins, and that's about all I got to say about Skydive. Beyond that, the only thing left to add is thanks for watching, and I really look forward to the next time that you and I get together here for another Earth Wars visit inside the videos.